Hi everyone, Dino here. Now we're day 3, tip number 3. I'm with Mike here down as Barry Plant CEO. We're in Melbourne. Now they've been, a real flavour at the moment is talking about adjacencies, other incomes. These guys have been doing it for 5 years. What have you been up to? You're way ahead. They're only talking about it recently now.
Yeah, look, it's an interesting area because I think traditionally in our business, the commissions are so great. If I look across our group, the average commission is probably $11,000, $12,000 roughly. In some markets, much higher than that. Some a bit lower, of course. Yeah. So the focus for agents is always on let's chase that big commission, and you've got to do that. I mean, that's what drives the business, and obviously the ongoing property management commission sitting behind is also vital. But there's all these other little bits of income out there that we've traditionally said, yeah, just go and do it. And we palmed off things like utility connections and photography and floor plans. We refer them out there without necessarily capturing the value on the way through because we didn't see the value in it. So 5 years ago, we had a good look at the utility connection space. We're quite a large business in Melbourne terms, at least. We've got we do around 10 to 12,000 sales a year. We've got about 34,000 properties under management. So we said that opportunity is quite large. And again, we were in the same boat. We were just passing off the utility connections to someone else, getting a bit of sponsorship back, and it was nice. And then one day I thought, we was actually over going to golf, believe it or not, with a guy that used to work for one of those companies. I said, there's a lot more money in this than we realised. And he goes, yeah. And I said, yeah.
How's the golf?
Yeah. It's on the second hole, by the way. I was trying to put him off at the time, but anyway. And then I said, are we big enough to do this on our own? And he said, yeah, probably. And I said, you want to have a look at it with us? And he said, yeah. Anyway, so one thing led to another, and we created a business called Your Porter. Okay. We came together with one of our competitors here in Melbourne, Hutchinson, to provide the capital, the seed capital to do it, and obviously between the two of us we had about 50,000 properties under management across our two groups at the time, so it gave a good base for the business. What we did though in doing that, we unlocked the value for that business in the utility connection space that was not flowing through to the industry. And there's others who've done it since, but since then we've grown to a point now where we've got something like 350 agents around the country who are referring through Your Porter. So it's no longer just Barry Plant and Hutchinson. There's a lot of other businesses involved. In fact, we're minor players in it now. But we believe that we unlocked that value for everyone. And what that meant was you started getting much higher commissions coming through. The other element though with Your Porter, it's not just the commission factor, is that we're actually creating a business of some real value, which is now attracting attention of major players out there who are seeing the volumes coming through in the utility connection space and the energy space and saying, okay, we are interested in doing that. So part of the big proposition around that, and I think this is the kind of next step, it's not about just getting the income, it's can you create some capital value? And we've done that around Your Porter now, where everyone who refers through Your Porter actually builds up equity in the business. So we were probably, if not the first, but certainly one of the very first equity models in the business that offered equity to everyone who contributed to the business. And that's been a real success for us. And I think for our businesses, we've got many of them now who are getting tens of thousands of dollars flowing through in utility connections for some of the larger businesses. So it's really important. Really
important one. The adjacencies, that you really need to have a focus in on that, because it's also another piece to that is you've already built a relationship through being that trusted advisor and probably their most valuable asset that you've sold. And adding to that, they already trust you, so this is another piece that can be put to that.
Yeah, and I think going forward, it's about looking at all the other components of the business. And I know a lot of people are doing that, we're doing that as well, and saying where can you create additional incomes that for each individual item might not seem that big, but when you multiply it out by 10,000 sales or 34,000 rental properties, suddenly becomes quite valuable. So how can you deliver value back into your business for that?
Check that one out. Cheers.